We all know that decluttering has one really big and obvious benefit, and that is to reduce the amount of unwanted, unnecessary items from our lives. But there are quite a few other benefits that aren't as apparent. I'm going to share those with you today. The first benefit I want to talk about is mental clarity. I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of stress and burden that we carry around when we have excess things. It's easier to spot the stress that gets added when you take on too much activity and your schedule is full. You feel worn down and end up doing what I like to call spinning, just getting by from day to day, but never really having a chance to slow down and get your thoughts in order. Well, that same phenomenon happens when having too many physical belongings to manage. Even if you aren't dealing with them every day, they are still around and you are still aware of them. You've maybe heard this being referred to as the silent to-do list, a phrase coined by Fumio Sasaki in his book, Goodbye Things. You are fully aware that something needs to be cleaned, cared for, put back in its proper spot, or repaired if broken. All of these little silent reminders take a small sliver of our brain power day in and day out. Decluttering frees up that subconscious part of your brain and gives you the mental peace of knowing that everything is in order and all is well. Number 2, quicker cleaning. When a house has been highly simplified and the excess clutter has been eliminated, less effort needs to be placed on sorting and organizing or moving items from one place to another. And in turn, tasks can be done much more efficiently. Whenever I do cleaning videos, I will get comments from people wondering how I am able to get so much done in a day. My simple answer is that I can get straight to the cleaning. It's a straightforward process without any extra steps. Daily resets and routines streamline the process even more and make it so that the cleaning regimen never feels too overwhelming. And because the day-to-day cleaning is so much quicker, the really fun thing is that you can actually do deep cleaning on spots that aren't as common and frequently missed or skipped because of lack of time. Think stove grates, ceiling fans, baseboards, light switches, and doorknobs. Personally, before I decluttered fully, these are all things that I would never get around to tackling unless they were obviously problematic. Maybe you can relate to that, maybe not, but I am very thankful for the benefit of being able to clean more quickly and do a better job at it overall. Number 3, better relationships. Without the distractions of clutter taking away your time and focus, there is more time for true connection. I have heard far too many stories from people who are always arguing with their spouse or their kids about clutter. Finger pointing, name calling, downright annoyance at times. All of these raw emotions are channeled at each other when truly they should be directed at the clutter itself. And once the true enemy is finally revealed and dealt with, those barriers that might have prevented a meaningful relationship begin to crumble. Husband and wife who used to spend time apart in separate rooms because they couldn't stand the sight of the clutter will be able to spend quality time together. The family who had to eat in shifts because the dinner table was covered with piles of paper or other random junk is finally able to sit down to a home-cooked meal together and enjoy each other's company. What an amazing benefit that decluttering can bring. Number 4, higher confidence and self-esteem. There is something that happens within us when we make a decision for ourselves to change something about our lives and we succeed at doing it. There's no doubt that decluttering can be a huge undertaking, something that might take many months to fully accomplish. But you don't need to wait until you've fully decluttered your entire home to reap the benefit of increased confidence. With each decision that is made regarding your belongings, that confidence will grow, and with it, your self-esteem. It's the realization that you have the power to make a change and the ability to make good decisions. And it's sort of like that when you give a mouse a cookie children's book. When you do some decluttering, you're going to want to organize. And when you organize, you're going to want to clean. And when you clean, you're going to want to show people. And why not? You should feel proud of yourself. And that leads to the next benefit on this list: less embarrassment. Be honest, have you ever had a friend show up at your house unannounced and felt like you couldn't let them inside because you were worried they might judge you? Do you find yourself quickly shoving dirty clothes under the bed or toys under the couch? Even though we logically know that our true friends would never judge us by the cleanliness of our homes, there is still that nagging sense of embarrassment that exists when we feel like we have lost control of a situation that should be controllable. That feeling can go by the wayside with the help of a little decluttering. Maybe your entire home isn't picture perfect, it doesn't need to be. But if your living room is at least company ready, you should have no problem inviting that friend in for a cup of coffee. Number 6, control of finances. Decluttering is an awesome way to make a quick buck. All of those unused items you have laying around can turn into money in your pocket by simply hosting a garage sale or putting up an ad online. Now, I realize the thing I'm about to say is so simple that it's almost silly. But when you declutter intensely and you put in all the hard work to rid yourself of all of the excess, you have much less of a desire to shop. And when you reduce your shopping, guess what happens? You save money. Silly, but true. Suddenly, with that expendable income tucked away in your bank account, you can start making some long-term goals with your money. Retirement, kids' college, a nice vacation, things you never would have thought were possible when you were spending every dime on random items. Number 7, better health. Imagine the stress burden that is lifted when your house is clean, your finances are in order, and your family has a healthier relationship. Reduced stress is one way that decluttering can help improve your health, but you will also find yourself in an overall healthier living environment. I'm talking reduced allergens, dust and mold, more time to prepare quality food, better sleep, and improved air circulation and quality. Honestly, even before all of these benefits are realized, you can experience a change in your health from decluttering because, let's be honest, just doing the work of pulling things out from the attic, the back of the closets, or the depths of the storage rooms, then moving them to the donation box or trash can, it can be quite the workout. I wonder if anyone has worn a step counter while decluttering. Now, that would be a very fascinating bit of information to have. Number 8, increased creativity. I'm a firm believer that everyone has a sense of creativity, and the only real difference is that some people don't have the time to fully explore their own creative passions. Though not the only reason, excess clutter is one thing that can get in the way of that. Like I said earlier, when your time is tied up just trying to maintain all of your belongings, there is very little brain power for anything else. So it makes sense that when decluttering unlocks that time, making it available to do whatever you want with it, many people would benefit from increased creativity. Perhaps that comes in the form of a hobby that had been put on the back shelf, such as painting or woodworking. Or maybe it is developing a new skill, like learning the ins and outs of creating a successful garden and putting the plans into action. It might even mean that you can finally see your home as a blank canvas and begin developing your own interior design style, something that can bring you happiness day in and day out simply by enjoying your decluttered and decorated spaces. Number 9, improved gratitude. There are so many things that are taken for granted each and every day. You can walk by your stuff continually and never give it a second thought. And when we are burdened with excess things, the tendency is to actually take it a step further and get annoyed at your stuff. Tripping over boxes of belongings, digging through papers, throwing in yet another load of laundry. When this happens, your items are rarely seen as blessings. In those moments, they are only burdens. But when life is highly simplified through the act of decluttering, and you have fewer things to look at, deal with, and think about, you can find yourself feeling increasingly grateful for them. Especially since at that point, any items you have left are there because you chose to keep them, and that means that you also will do a better job of caring for them. And finally, the 10th hidden benefit of decluttering is peace for the future. As I age, this is one benefit that I have come to understand at a much deeper level. I've done quite a few videos on the topic of Swedish death cleaning and the way that it gives you a sense of dignity, confidence, and calm as you enter the golden years. But the truth is, we never know when our time here on Earth will be up. And knowing that your family won't have to deal with the burdens of your stuff after you pass gives such a feeling of peace. At least it does to me. Decluttering ensures that you won't be leaving your loved ones with a mess, but it also likely guarantees that you will be thoughtful in other ways, such as having all of your paperwork, your will, and your financial documents in order. This would make it ultra easy for everyone involved to spend more time thinking about you and your memory in a positive way instead of being frustrated and not able to properly grieve. It's the gift that you can give once you're gone, and in turn, will benefit the next generation. I hope that this video proves that there is so much more to decluttering than just eliminating the amount of belongings that you have to deal with. If you've already started your decluttering journey, I would love to know which of these 10 hidden benefits have you already experienced, or which are you most looking forward to? Leave me a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop back again really soon.